Good evening, people of Arkansas. This is Kenny Wallace, conservative activist. You can find me on YouTube, Gab, Parler, and Rumble. I'm glad to see that Parler is up and running, although I've had some problems with it. Right, live stream and film conservative events that are taking place. Several events happened today, such as the passage of this pro-life bill, SB 6. And you can see the video on that, some highlights. There's some of the links where you can find me. I'll keep Arkansas legal, and most of them I'm still on Twitter. And of course I am on Facebook. I'm keeping that still as a page for communication. But the biggest thing I want to talk about today is the scam special election tax increases happening March 9th. There are at least 3 of them that I know of scheduled at a time to minimize voter turnout so that those who want to increase the size and scope of government can sneak another tax increase past citizens on the local level. And of course, if a bunch of folks get together and stop a tax increase, they'll reward it and lower the amount that they need, slightly lower the amount of waste in the tax plan, then run it again. And thanks to the failure of another bill, a bill that would have banned these scam special elections, it was defeated. They'll be able to do that again for several years now. HB 1368, the bill to end these scam special elections. It was defeated by a few votes. But anyway, March 9th is another tax increase. I'm going to list where they're at. The first one I'm going to list is in Cabot. That is in Lonoke County. Let me see where this, there it is. This is their wish list of what they want. They're going to spend $20 million for internet infrastructure. I assume that's mainly burying lines. Now, these internet companies are huge. AT&T, Suddenlink, Comcast, Verizon. I would think they would be able to do that. Road repair, $16 million because they allowed the roads to fall apart. And, of course, police equipment, I'm told that they're using analog radios. They allowed that to fall apart. A new fire truck, fire and police training center, siren upgrades. And then $7 million for an animal shelter. Now, I do find it odd that the animal shelter, they're spending more money on a new animal shelter than what appears to be they're spending on police and fire and even tornadoes. So, again, when politicians were claiming they need to defend the right to these scam special elections by voting down House Bill 1368, and they're talking about the things they need to do, this is the stuff that they're really talking about, pet projects like this. And then $300,000 for another pavilion with bathrooms, $20 million for Parks and Rec. Again, waste. I might be for a tax increase if it were for this and maybe this stuff, and they promised to never give raises to any other politicians. And to find out why they weren't allowed, they didn't take care of this stuff earlier. But you can see in the comments here below of what the people want. They want another internet company, and they're not sure if they're going to get that. And then most people seem to be no on the animal shelter. And the problem is of course, these crooked politicians, what they do is they link all these pet projects in with the things that are needed that they should have taken care of in the first place. So probably the best person to deal with this issue is a conservative activist I recently ran into, and I'm going to search her name. Her name is Rhonda McCall, and she's supposed to be having a meeting, I think, possibly Thursday or Friday in Cabot to campaign against this. You can find her on Facebook. She's been involved in the political scene for a long time there, and has been involved in the local political stuff for a long time. But she's the one to deal with this, and I'm going to send a link. I'll post a link in this video to find her on Facebook. In Heber Springs, there is another tax increase there. It's a special election to vote yes on a refinancing bond. And by the way, a refinancing bond, technically it doesn't raise taxes, but it doesn't lower them either. And it's just another way to keep a city in debt, which is the same difference as a tax increase. And this is one of the pet projects they're doing, is a splash pad. Infrastructure and repairs that they should have taken care of before. But then $750,000 for a quadex, $400,000 for a volleyball court and a pavilion, $250,000 for improvements of the park and a splash pad. Oh wait, $600,000 for the splash pad, and $200,000 for a club that, no offense, the businesses can take care of on their own. And again, they have a bunch of things that they need to, things that they should have taken care of before but didn't. And then they have a bunch of pet projects and they mix them all together. And there is several activists that are fighting against this. One is Jackie Martin. She's been a long-time conservative activist. She's the Arkansas State Director for Convention of States, but she's been involved for a long time in dealing with this. Oh, by the way, the county, Cabot is in Lonoke County, and Heber Springs is in Cleburne County. So if you want to look up county information, those are the counties to look up. I'm going to post a link to Jackie Martin's page, and then there's another guy named Sean Blackburn who seems to be really involved in dealing with this issue up in Heber Springs. And then there is another tax increase up in Mountain Home. A sales tax election. And I don't quite have the details of what this is, and if there's somebody fighting against it, I can't seem to find them, but another tax increase March 9th. And it'll probably be the same stupid stuff. Police and fire, things that they should have taken care of, and road repair, but then they're going to have other pet projects linked into it. So if you know anybody in these areas, contact them, tell them to vote against all these tax increases. I know a few in Cabot. I let them know as soon as I found out about this. Share this video with others. Get the word out. Early voting started earlier today, and then the regular election is March 9th. And it should be at regular polling locations. Most likely it's going to be 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. That's usually the standard how they do that. Get out and vote. Knock this thing out. Stop these scam special election tax increases. There was one that happened in Searcy February 9th that I missed. There may be a dozen more, and I just don't know, but these are the ones I found. Anyway, that's pretty much the news report on what's going on. So you probably should have heard this more about this before, but you have it now. Anyway, again, you can find me on Keep Arkansas Legal on YouTube, Gab, Parler, where I post all kinds of videos about this and other issues that affect you. There's some links there to find me. And subscribe, like, comment, and share. There's my Fundly accounts as well. Other than that, you have a great day.